So we got a couple Facebook questions. I did an open call of what fitness questions we got, and we had two that I wanted to cover. The first one from Andrew Mobbs. Maybe you remember him from UCA days. He was like the original hipster before I even knew what hipster meant.
Yeah, OG.
When he asked this question, to me, it was like a real good throwback because I remember back in the day, everyone talks about like that window post-workout, right? So Andrew's question is essentially protein powder-based shakes. Do you have to consume it 30 minutes right after working out? Or do you need to like load a protein shake before? Or is it fine to take it whenever throughout the day?
Obviously, like we know of this like thought process or this way of thinking as like the anabolic window. The thought for years was that after a workout and you've broken down your muscles and you are best served by getting something into the body as quick as possible to aid in like maximal muscle growth. From what we've seen from research and just honestly like people testing is that yes, it's important to get something in the body. It's not necessarily in that very short window of time, like immediately after a workout or 30 minutes after a workout. It's just in a more of a general rule that like, hey, you worked out in the last few hours, like you definitely need something in the body to begin the repair of the muscle and to aid in like moving you ahead. So my personal, so that's like the context is like, it's not absolutely necessary to get something immediately after a workout. It's not necessary. Now, with that being said, after almost every workout I do, I have a protein shake right after my workout. Mm-hmm. Now, that's just me. And it's really more or less just like making sure I finish my workout, and it's kind of like my bookend, and it always has been my bookend on my workout. That I finish it. I know I'll need protein in the future. So for me, it's just most convenient to do it right after the workout. And I personally like to do it in the form of a shake. Lots of protein at one time. So
it's always important to like figure out the question behind asking about that timing window, right? Because the way that it used to be preached about before was like, man, you got to make sure you hit this, otherwise you're going to lose all your gains. No, like for most of us, like it's not going to like zap any like progress that you made in the gym just like that. So right. If it's something that's stressing you out, don't even sweat that point. And kind of going back to what you said, yeah, like I think over the years, man, I've seen that window, like that length of time just like get more and more expanded to basically the last time I heard research about it was just like make sure at some point in the day afterwards, like you get something. And for a lot of people, you know, whether that's lunch or dinner, that's usually going to suffice for that. It's just, again, you don't need protein shakes. You don't have to have a protein bar, but those are usually more substantial entries because a lot of people, even if they're having like a meaty lunch or dinner, like that protein count's still going to be a lot lower. Something that you and me have always noticed when we're trying to get people to start tracking for the first time and they're like, oh yeah, I get like a lot of protein in my diet. And then they add up the calories and like they barely got 40 grams of protein in the day, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, funny enough, I'm glad that you mentioned it. Even for me, I will probably get some source of protein right after I work out. Again, whether it's a shake or a protein bar. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's not so much because I'm worried about that window. I think it's just if I don't get it in right then, it'll be way too easy for me to just like keep pushing it off on the side. And I can be like another statistic of one of those people that barely get 40 grams of protein in a day. Like, because trying to get that protein in after like a dinner, after like you're full from a meal is like way harder.
Yeah. And like, and I think that's a good point is like, doing it is just like, you're doing it with intention then. You're intentionally doing it because hitting, you know, for guys our size, hitting like 160 grams of protein a day is, you don't happen upon 160 grams of protein. You do it with intention. And so having points in your day where you intake protein guaranteed, it just makes it that much easier to kind of hit your goal. So